Hello everyone. Just give you a second to pop in and I'm going to get comments up on my computer, hopefully. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if I can get these comments to come up on my computer. So I'm going to try and read them. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. Oh, hi. Let's get this popped in. Hello, everyone. All right. So I am going to do a 12 by 12 layout. And ironically, I had this planned before I did the polls. So I thought it was kind of cool that a lot of people were interested in a 12 by 12 layout. Let me just shut my computer sound off so that we don't get so much feedback. Okay. So I'm using two 12 by 12 pieces. And let me just gather my thoughts for a second. Okay. Okay, so let's cut the zip strip off. I've done the one, let's cut the zip strip off the other one. And as this comes together, you'll see what it is. I had a sample because I did this layout a few years ago. I saw it on Pinterest. And I said, you know what? I really love that layout. There was no instructions for it, no idea how to make it, so I eyeballed it. And I was like, oh, I gotta show them this layout. It was so fun to make. It was so cute. And I don't have it. I think I must have sold it in one of my giveaways or at one of the craft fairs or something. So I was pretty disappointed that I didn't have it anymore to show you for an example. Okay, so this is going to be my base page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer here that's going to go like a zigzag, and then a layer down here that goes like a zigzag, if you will. And so I'm going to do that with my other B&T. So you just want two pieces that are going to coordinate well with each other. You could also have this be white daisy. It doesn't have to be two pieces of pattern paper. I'm just trying to use this up. So I know that I want the height of my piece to be 4 inches tall on one end, and I know that the tallest that I want it to be on the other end is 1 inch. So I'm going to start by cutting my B&T or my pattern paper at 4 inches. Okay, and I'm going to need 2 of these. I do want you guys to pay attention if you have a specific orientation for your paper. This one could be flipped either or, but it does look nicer this way, so that when you're making these cuts, and you'll see it when it comes together, what I'm talking about, especially if you have writing, one piece isn't upside down. Okay, and so then I need another piece for the bottom slant that is going to be 4. And then this last piece you can put away and make cards or something of that nature with it. So remember I said that I want one end to be 4 inches tall, and I want the other end to only be 1 inch tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer. I'm going to take my little score mark here, and I'm just, for visual purposes only, that is the only reason why I did that. And I'm going to just kind of keep my finger here, and I'm going to rotate this so that this corner ends up in my gutter, like so. Hopefully you can see that. Let me check. Not really. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit. Okay. So I'm making sure that this corner sits in this valley right here, and then that little tick mark that I made, let's see, down here is in this part of the galley. Galley. We'll just make up words as we go, right? So hopefully you guys could see all that. This might wiggle a little bit, but I just want to make sure you guys understood what I was doing and seeing everything that I had going on. Okay. So some of your paper might hang off on the lip. As long as you don't push down too hard, you should be okay. And so I'll just use the wire in this cutter just to make sure that I have that corner down here. And then I'll just cut. And it slid on me as I was cutting it. That's okay, we're gonna work with it. So this is the slant that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 of those. So this time I wanna make this end the short end and this end the long end. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in at 1 inch. I'm just gonna give myself a little tick mark so I know visually where that inch mark is, right? I already know this is 4 inches, so I'm going to put this corner in here. I'm going to lock in that tick mark that I made, and it kind of just falls in, you know, it kind of locks in down there. You can do this with larger sizes. You're just going to run over on the edge of your cutter, so do keep that in mind. Again, you have some start of some starburst, if you will. You make card or something out of that. So now I have my 2 pieces, right? Yeah, there they are. Oh, did I just do that backwards? I just did it backwards. It's because I'm on camera. I just did one out of, what do you call it? Scraps, like non-close to my heart paper. Let me do it again. And I didn't mess that one up, but of course I had to mess this one up, right? So I guess I'll do it again. Because otherwise it's going to be upside down. Yeah, and I don't want that. I want it to be like this. And then this will be like that. Right? Or did I just do it again? I just did it again. No, I didn't. There we go. Boom. We got it. I don't know why I get so nervous when I'm on here with you guys. I seriously don't know why. Okay. So now we have this. And so this is the start of our page. I hope I didn't mess anybody up too much or get anybody too confused. So I want to add a barrier between this pattern and this pattern to break that up. I can, but I can't use my zip strips because they're not obviously long enough. Now, if I want to put a big photo, like a big 5x7 here, then obviously I could cut them and then that would be just fine. And that does look really, really super cute. I'm going to use a 4x6 photo and I'm going to put it in the center like this. And we're going to build around it with our embellishments. So I could cut cardstock. Lagoon would be good, or Bluebird would be really pretty. And I would just cut it about 1/4 inch longer. So it'd be, 4 1/4, and then do the same measurements. But I thought I should use up, this is no longer available. It's the soft pink shimmer trim. And I really thought that that would be super pretty on here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this up, and that's how I'm going to break this up. You could do a couple of rows if you really wanted to. I'm just going to do one. This way it hangs off and it'll look really, really cute. So I'm going to kind of tack this down just a tad little bit with some adhesive so I have some placement on where it is, and I can kind of lift it up and play with it as I put my shimmer down. And so just take some of that sticky off, that way it doesn't rip the paper when I pull it up. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and see if there's any questions. I don't see any, but my computer's got a lag on it. Okay, so this is in a good spot, and now I can just kind of slide this up under, and I'm just pulling off my release paper as I go under, being careful not to stick it down, because you guys, those that have worked with this, know that once it's down, it is down. And I'm going to let some of it hang off the edge, and then I can just cut it off with my scissors. And I'm going to do that on both ends, and then now I can secure this down even better. So just flip that paper over, cut that off. I don't know where it went. There it is. And it's stuck. There we go. And then do the same thing on this side and cut it off. And now I can add my piece back in and do some really good securing down with some adhesive. So I'll definitely do my best to get you guys some measurements on here for how I did that. My piece hangs off just slightly, so I'm going to trim it because that annoys me. This is just a single layout. You could definitely make it a double layout very easily. You could also, I mean, how many times have you seen this style as a card? So if you're a card maker watching this, you know, you could easily take this and make it a card for sure. And I love this pink shimmer trim. This was so pretty. This came in the, I got this in the card making kit for Celebrate Today. That's where mine came from. So I'll trim that off. And I'm trying to, I know I talk, usually when I'm doing these, I'm like so nervous and I'm talking a million miles a minute. So I'm trying really, really hard to slow down and just, you know, because it gets a little like, you know, you're showing, you're trying, I'm just trying to be inspirational. I mean, a lot of people already know how to do these things. And I know a lot don't know how to do them. So I'm trying, it's a little nerve-wracking, like, gosh, I hope I'm not doing something where people are like, yeah, we know how to do that. And I just have to keep reminding myself that it's, you know, more for inspirational than anything. There. Okay, I'm just make sure nothing, I thought I got that. I'm going to trim that off. Okay, so now I can come in with my picture and I'm going to put that in here. You most certainly can come in with your zip strip if you wanted to, and you could very easily have it hang off and then put in an embellishment to kind of hide that end or the space that it's leaving. So, I mean, it's definitely your layout. It's the way that you're going to design it. So definitely don't let me hold you back from not using that zip strip. I'm personally not going to use it this time. Okay, so my picture is going to go here. I have this really cute picture of all my Scout Mom friends. So we went to a mom's night out. It was a comedy show, and it was just for moms. I mean, dads could go too. There was, I think, one dad there. Anyway, so it was a really fun night and really good group of girls and ladies to go with, and I really wanted to capture that, how much fun we had. So what I'm going to do to create my embellishments, and you can, this is use your stickers, use whatever you have in your stash that kind of coordinates with your paper. I'm going to use some of the flower embellishments from that card kit. See? And I've already cut some pieces out just to kind of save some time, really, because I don't know. In my mind, you guys don't want to watch me cut paper. Okay, so I've got some of these set out, and this is my plan, is to kind of build this up over here. I don't know, maybe we'll stick this one down here. I'm going to stamp on it too. And then I did cut out, I thought I had one more balloon, but what I was going to do was cut this off so that it becomes a little icon in here. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm going to stamp these and put them on and embellish that. I also have some sequins that I kind of want to use up in there. So let me grab my ink really quick and get this out of the way. Don't worry, I don't have to go far. So when I do the stamping on these, I am going to move my project out of the way, because Lord knows if I don't, it is going to get filled with ink blotches here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to ink on the colored ones too, because what fun is it to just leave them plain. All right, and I'm going to stop for just a second to turn around and look at my computer and see if there's any questions, comments. Nope, you guys got it. All right. So I'm going to do some rock and roll stamping on these. Let me grab a Lagoon. And yeah, I think that's Willow. It might be Candy Apple. So you stamp, and I'm going to show you off. Before we do it on that, I'm going to show you on here first. So you stamp in the lighter green and then your darker green. Let me do Sweet Leaf. Don't mind, some of my pads are the old style. So you're going to start in the lighter green or pink or whatever color you're using. Okay, you're going to get nice and inked up, and go ahead and ink your black too. And then you're going to go to your darker ink and you're going to kind of rock the edges around. Okay, and so it should come up with the lighter ink in the center and then the darker ink on the outside. So let me show you it again. So you're going to ink up with your light, and then you'll just gently try to rock the outside so it comes out like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I know that these are a little bit it'll work, trust me, it's going to be fine. So I want to keep in mind those are backwards. Let's turn them back around. And so we're going to do that on my flowers, and I'm going to do it on all the leaves. Okay, and the colored part, it doesn't really matter if you do the rock and roll, but it's still kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. It gives a little bit of character. You don't have to do the whole thing. You could just do top to bottom for more like an ombre look. I'll show you that on the white one. Get my old cleaner out here. Let's see how it looks on this one. So you can do the ombre look. So you just do stamp the whole thing, and then don't ink it all the way up or rock the whole thing in. It'll really, really, really show up on this one. Okay, so if I just kind of wanted half of it to be dark and half of it to be light, I only ink the whole thing in light, and then I only inked half of my stamp in the dark, and then rocked it on to my piece. So just a few more. And then I'll come over to my flowers. Flower. I only have one flower. And kind of do the same thing, but there's several colors to use. So there are colors in this kit were Ballerina and Raspberry and Pixie. And so that's what I'm going to do for the pink. I'll do the raspberry and that, or maybe a bluebird. I'm not quite sure. Where's my stuff? There it is. I'm asking you guys, like, you can see my workstation. Where did it go? Okay. So this has different symmetrical or non-symmetrical flower, right? So they're not all the same size. So a lot of times what I like to do is I will hold my carrier sheet over this and kind of move it until it's where I know that it needs to be. So like that. And then I can move this. And it's hard for you guys to see it on camera than it is for me until it fits on there. I hope that makes sense. You don't have to do it that way. That's just how I do it. And then it comes on, of course, and I can't see unless I put my head directly on top, and then you guys will only see my hair that I didn't wash today. Sorry. So I'm not trying to get in there. Okay. And so there's that. And then we'll do a couple of other colors just to kind of spruce it up so it's not all the same. I'll show you the pretty flower, oops, on the pixie and the raspberry doing that rock and roll thing. So light and then the dark. So just rock and roll. I kind of got a little bit of the center in on that one, but it's very pretty. And so you can see how the outside of it is the raspberry, and then the inside is that pretty pixie color. And then you, of course, you can do it more than that. Oh my gosh, I don't know what my kids are doing up there. For a deeper color, and by more than that I mean rock it in farther. So this time there's more of the raspberry and less of the pixie. Okay, last one. I'm just going to do it all in raspberry. And down we go. And then we will put everything together. Now I'm just going to start with something very basic when I'm putting the layout together. I'm not going to go as elaborate as you possibly could because we could be here for 2 hours. The general concept of what I'm doing is just, I really wanted to give you guys some inspiration to start with, and then you can go from there. So I'm going to adhere my photo down. It's going to go here right in the center. You could easily make this 2 4x6. Could fit in here easily. You could easily put 2 in here. You know, they would fall over here. A nice 5x7 would also fit. It's personal preference. There is no right or wrong way to do this. I am going to get some foam dots out though, or not foam dots. Yeah, 3D foam dots to pop this up on. And I'm not going to do all of them, just a few of them. I'm definitely not going to do the leaves. Oops, I don't want to cover up her face. So let's go this side. Hello. So I'm going to put a leaf here, pop this up. Oh my gosh, this night was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I honestly can't wait to get back up with all these sweet ladies again. They are just a barrel full of laughs. Every time we get together, there's always someone is just cracking a joke or something. I mean, it's just really nice to have, you know, good friends like that. So right now what I'm doing is, before I take the backing off my 3D foam and things like that, is I'm just obviously placing things in to where I like it. And of course I can move things around, but this is how it's going to look. And then you guys saw me take the balloon lip off. Get it very good. And I just did that so that I can put my title on here. So I was thinking that I could put one of the titles in from here. So what a day. And then I can put it on there, and then it's not a balloon like a happy birthday, how's it going kind of deal. So that's why I wanted to do that. And I was And I am going to this stamp, which this stamp set is still available if anybody is interested, has like a newsprint to it. So when it stamps, it doesn't stamp in a solid image. It has like a print feel to it. And I am going to come in with, maybe down here, with Bluebird, maybe? All right, what do you guys think? Bluebird, raspberry, or black for my title? Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Bluebird, raspberry, or black. And then I'll start adhering some of these down while I'm waiting for you, for your opinions. And I love, oh my gosh, I love this layout. And like I said, I guess found it on Pinterest, and of course it was just an inspirational piece. It wasn't a here are the instructions, go ahead and make it like this. So I kind of just had to eyeball everything and sort of figure it out from there. Black and black. Okay. Black and black it is. Okay. Rhonda says Bluebird or black. That doesn't help, Rhonda. I guess your vote goes towards black since that's what everybody else says. And so we'll just kind of, these probably aren't even going to go in the way that I had originally laid them out, because now that I'm kind of moving things around, but that's okay. So if you have stickers, this is a great way to use up your stickers. If you have stamped images like I do, that you can just, like, I just use the thin cuts to cut all these out. I didn't fussy cut them. My fussy cutting is, it's okay, but I hurry through a lot of my stuff and just like, okay, let's get it done. So sometimes that doesn't work so well. Unless I'm doing an order for somebody, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's go. All right, so let's go. So now I'm going to do black, I think. Which is that? Rock and roll it. Okay, so she says do Bluebird and then rock and roll it in the black. We'll try it. I'm up for anything. Oh, how about I put that on? It's just sitting there. Nobody said anything. I'm going to add some gems to the center of these. All right, here it is. So we'll do it in Bluebird first. So you guys see how it's like a newspaper print, so it doesn't come through all the way. All right, and then we'll rock and roll it in the black. What do you think? I'm gonna make it work. And so then here's my title, and I'll just shove it in there like that. Yeah, what a day. And then I still have plenty of room to do my journaling anywhere I so choose to fit it in. Make sure you put it in the right way. All right, so there's that. And then I don't know about you guys, but I have this drawer that is filled with just leftovers. Let's add some julep in there for some flower centers. And then I think we can call this layout good. Looks like I just have the little ones left. So I would rather put big ones in and not little ones, sorry. These off to the side. Definitely would rather have the bigger sparkles or sequins in there. It's silver, which does go pretty with the see what I got left. See, this is all about bashing your stash. There's Tulip. Oh, do you remember the old melody accents? You never know what you'll find. Oh, here looks, this looks fun. So the whole point is to like make sure you guys are using your stuff up. Make sure that you're getting in there, because there's no point in buying it and shoving it in a drawer if you're not going to use it. That's how I feel anyways. Oh, I think these will go cute. I'll do a couple of those. Does anybody remember what these ones are from if you were a consultant or even a customer when these came out? And that just like right there took it up to a whole new level by adding those little gems in. I love it. Okay, so there's the gems and the stamping and the slanted 12 by 12. I'll do my best to put them in instructions, but whew, this is so much fun. I love this layout just because you can just do so much with it and just make it a center focal point for any picture that you just want to focus on. Okay guys, this was amazing. I have a couple of unique die cutting hacks to show you either Wednesday or Friday. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. So I'm not sure it's necessarily going to turn into a project, but it's definitely going to show you ways to use your dies and extend them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll get a picture up for the album here pretty soon, and you guys have a fantastic Wednesday.